Summer Shred 2024. It is here. It is now. Today we're just going to cover just orientation details for some of you that may not be able to make it Saturday, and then some of you that just may need additional information. I want you guys to review this video, and then on Saturday, I want you guys to come with any questions that you have. So firstly, I want you to know kind of what's to be expected on Saturday. Doors open at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. to 8:30. We're going to have an awesome pre-experience. We'll have competitions for you guys to win some free stuff. And then we also have got several vendors there. We have a new meal prep partner that's going to be providing samples, Savage Muscle Meals. She will be providing challenge-approved grab-and-go options throughout the entire challenge. We've got a lot of other really cool vendors, opportunities. I heard there may be a couple of small group programs coming soon that challengers will have exclusive early bird discounts to. So make sure that you come for the pre-experience. The actual orientation will kick off at 8:30. We'll just kind of brief through the challenge packet for you. After we go through challenge details, then we will officially start our 2024 Summer Shred draft for Team Red, Team White, Team Blue. And then we will actually work out. Workout will start at 9:30. We'll work out for 30 minutes. It's going to be a short, awesome workout. And then we will have our first head-to-head competition to see who gets 5 points on the board to kick off the challenge. After that, we will weigh you, we will measure you, we will take your before pictures. So please be sure to wear something tight-fitting. And remember what you wore so that you can wear the same thing after in your after photos. Speaking of before and after, we will only weigh and measure you day one, which is Saturday, and then our finale. We really want to focus on trusting the process. This is a short sprint. What we do not want to do is have you discouraged or a slave to the scale. So I'm going to ask that you guys weigh and measure with us day one, and do not step on the scale until we've got final weigh-ins on June the 1st. So that is going to be what to be expected on Saturday. I want to go through our challenge diet, and then I'm going to briefly touch base on the team and scoring and how all of that works. So first and foremost, I want to talk about our meal plan. This is our short sprint, okay? I say that because at the beginning of the year, we have a longer challenge, and this is going to be more about sustainability, long-term results, and things that are more sustainable, okay? This is not that. This is how fast can you go, how hard can you go to maximize quick results. This is as close to the magic pill as you get, and as we know, there is no magic pill. So I say that to preface that the things that we're going to ask you to do is short term. This is not something that I recommend you doing after 4 weeks. What I recommend you doing after 4 weeks is being motivated by the quick results that you saw, and then find out ways to sustain that and continue to progress in your fitness goals. So with all of that being said, I want to start off with just the menu. When you look at our grocery list, you are going to see a list of vegetables, a list of complex carbs and proteins, and some healthy fats. A couple of things to notate is that it's not going to include every single food item that exist. We try and simplify this with basic food items that are accessible for everyone, and then also minimize confusion. Secondly, we tried to pick items that are more filling. You will be in a calorie deficit, so we want to make sure that we are giving you food that's going to use your calories wisely. For example, 200 calories of broccoli is going to fill me up way quicker than 4 tablespoons of flax seeds, even though they're great for you. You guys to keep that in mind so that you're not forming an opinion of, oh man, so I guess this food is bad for me because it's not on the meal plan. That is not it. We are being strategic and maximizing what choices that we give you to maximize quick results. So with all of that being said, when you look at the grocery list, you will see several items that are listed with asterisks. That means to use sparingly. So for example, turkey sauce, that is approved on your meal plan for at least the beginning of the challenge. Now, turkey sausage typically is higher in sodium. It's obviously processed, and it also is relatively going to be higher in fats. So if I've got the choice of that or chicken breast to add to my meal, if I'm wanting to maximize my result, it's probably going to be chicken breast, okay? So I say all that to say, just because turkey sausage is on the grocery list, I would not add it to every meal. And I honestly wouldn't choose that meal for every breakfast. I would rotate that in to kind of curb, your taste buds. So when you see those asterisks, that's typically what that. And also, if there is something that didn't make the list and you're not sure why, ask us. There's a good chance that there may be a green vegetable that's not on the list because it's not as common. That is completely okay. I think for the sake of simplicity, if you stick to this list on the shopping list, you are going to see maximum results. Speaking of that list, one thing that I want you to be mindful of is there's going to be a page in your packet that talks through rotation or a weekly schedule. Your amount of water intake will change week by week, as will your protein choices. So we give you a bigger array of options as we are, week 1, week 2, and as we get closer to that finale, we are going to start to take away things to continue to really accelerate that progress. So make sure that you pay close attention to that as you're meal planning, because what may be allowed on week 1 may not be allowed on week 4. When you look at the diet and the schedule, is going to be that AM rippers. So if you are working out in the morning, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., we want to try and get your carbs in the morning. If you are working out in the afternoon, noon, 4:30 and 6, we want you to save your carbs for the evening. So when you look at the schedule, your options are going to look very similar. The big thing to know is that carbs are an energy source. The best time to eat your carbs are going to be right before your workout and right after your workout. So make sure that you manipulate that to work in your favor. So if you work out at 5 a.m. one day and you work out at 4:30 p.m. the next day, your meal choices may change. So if that is confusing, definitely come and talk to me afterwards. But the plan is pretty explanatory, but I wanted you to understand the reason why. And that's just using our carbs wisely, because they will be limited for this shred. Not that they're bad, but that we are maximizing our results. So a couple of things that I want to dive into. We've talked about all the things that you can have. So here are going to be some things that we eliminate for 4 weeks. Not that they're bad forever. They are just some no, not right nows. Number 1 is alcohol. Whether it is a vodka soda or it is a sugary margarita, there are chemicals and toxins in alcohol that are not going to be compatible with maximizing your results in 4 weeks. Secondly, bread. Same concept. So no bread, no tortillas, no muffins, no exceptions. Whether it's whole wheat, low carb, we are going to eliminate bread altogether for these next 4 weeks. We are also going to avoid gluten. So make sure that if there are things that tend to have gluten in them, you're looking for a gluten-free option. And then dairy. So dairy and gluten, the biggest reason for avoiding both of those over the next 4 weeks is inflammation. We're going to work out quite a bit, and we want to do everything in our power to avoid any additional inflammation. So with dairy, whey isolate protein is something that we will approve. I would recommend a vegan protein, but if you do well with whey protein, we are going to make sure that that's still on your meal plan. But outside of that, we are going to eliminate, Greek yogurt. I love it. It's a great probiotic, but we also want to make sure that if there's someone that maybe potentially is lactose intolerant and they're not sure of it, or maybe it is causing some inflammation and they're not aware of it, that for the sake of the masses, we're going to pull that back altogether. So yogurt, creamers in your coffee, cheese, obviously, we are going to completely take that out of our diet for 4 weeks. No added sugar. So the easiest way to do this is just not eat or drink things that potentially could have sugar in it. So as far as your liquids, water, water, water. And I'm going to challenge you for black coffees and tea. Outside of that, no excessive sodium. You're going to get salt throughout your food, seasonings, etc. But what we want to avoid are going to be things that are processed and packed with preservatives and sodium, which obviously can make you retain water and not do you any favors on your after pictures. And then lastly, no starving. We are giving you plenty of options to eat as much as you want of healthy things. I've never had someone, go overboard on eating too much broccoli or too many boiled eggs. And so a lot of what we're doing in the meal plan is not saying, oh, this is bad for you. We tend to overeat some of those things that taste better. So this is physical, but it's also psychological. Trying to get rid of some of those temptations, some of those triggers, and just trying to overcome any potential obstacle that could cause you to slip, and fall in these 4 weeks. So with that being said, you can eat a lot of healthy stuff. Fill your plate with spinach, fill your plate with broccoli, make it a big old bowl, have some protein. If you feel like you are dizzy, nauseous, just hangry, communicate with us, because there is a good chance that you are not eating enough because you don't love the taste of what you're eating. So it's going to be really, really important that when there is a snack on the menu, eat your snack. Eat your meal. Don't skip a meal because it doesn't taste as good as your food did 2 weeks ago. So no starving. One of the things that we are going to challenge you to do, whether you are an AM ripper or a PM ripper, is going to be to take cold showers. I am sweating right now thinking about it. I hate cold showers, but what we are going to do is, one, test your mental toughness. If you can get in there and you can fight through that urge to quit, embrace that pain, embrace that shock, that is going to get you mentally prepared to go out there and eat the right things, work out hard, do things that you thought you couldn't do. It is going to prepare you mentally for your day. Not to mention that it fights inflammation and it boosts your metabolism. So when you go through that packet and you're like, what is this? This is required. We want you to do it. I think that we're going to see some radical results, not only physically, but right here. Workouts. So obviously we want you to get a Fit Camp 180 workout in. I would recommend at least 4 times, but I would shoot for 5 times. Even if you've got to modify a movement or so. If you ever have questions of like, hey, this is sore, this is bothering me, what can I do? Instead, go ask a trainer. But we're never going to be offended if you don't do the exact same movement that is on the board. But secondly, in addition to your current Fit Camp 180 workout, I'm going to challenge you to get a secondary workout in at least 3 times a week. Now, if your goal is weight loss, I'm going to recommend some steady state cardio, getting on a treadmill, going on a walk. I'm going to recommend at least 45 minutes of some sort of steady state cardio. Now, if your goal is going to be more focused on building lean muscle and more toning and you don't have any weight to lose, awesome. I want you to focus on strength training at least 3 days a week. So you can go into a Fit Camp workout and cut the cardio. Cut the reps in half. Use a modified board, go lower reps, go heavier weight. If you've got questions about how to do that, please let my staff know. But we want to give you the option to really focus on building that muscle if that's your goal as well. But in addition to Fit Camp 180 workouts, I'm going to ask you to do 3 additional workouts a week. And in addition to warming up. So warming up is a secret weapon that most people completely sleep on. You come in here and you work out or you warm up for at least 10 minutes, you're going to burn at least 100, maybe even 150 more calories than you would versus anyone else in that workout that did not warm up. So I'm going to encourage you anywhere between 14 to 21, 22 minutes, okay? The minimum of 14 minutes that you're warming up. That's going out and getting on the treadmill, the elliptical, the bike. And I mean, don't be just sitting on it on level 1. Crank it up, get your blood flowing, get some sweat pumping. You could go and walk around the building. You could do the jog, but I want us warming up, and that is every single day, at least 14 minutes. Now, what we've all been waiting for, of course, we want to get fit, but more importantly than anything, we're competitive. We want to know who runs this house. Team Red, Team White, or Team Blue. As you guys are probably aware, we are fighting for a big banner, the first banner that will have 2024 Summer Shred champions that will be hung in the gym and will have bragging rights for the rest of the year. So we've got so many different ways to contribute to your team. First and foremost, we are giving you crazy points for just showing up. So every day that you come into the gym, there is going to be a big poster that has a QR code where you're going to scan in and check in for your workout. That's going to give you points. If you do not scan in, you don't get a point. So make sure that you do that. We also have additional classes for you guys to come into. We've got a Sunday class that we're going to have some core and some stretching and a little bit of worship. That is at 8 a.m. That is completely free. You get a point for showing up to that. Friday night fights. That's going to be every single Friday at 6:30. We've even got childcare for you, so no excuses. But this workout is super important. Not only do you contribute to your team for just showing up, but we're going to have a competition every single Friday. The winner of that competition, they get a guaranteed spot in the head-to-head on Saturday after the 9 a.m. workout. There's 3 teams. Only 2 teams will compete every Saturday. The team that won from Friday night, and that team gets to pick the team that they want to compete against that Saturday morning. So showing up Friday night is everything. The winner of that head-to-head on Saturday, they get 5 points for that week. That is huge, huge, huge. So Friday nights, be there. Saturday after the workout, head-to-heads, be there. We will also give points for inches lost, pounds lost. We will also have a body fat percentage. If some of you don't have a ton of pounds to lose, that means you're going to lose more body fat percentage. That's got to be tracked from your InBody. So make sure that you go to Triad the day of the challenge, get your InBody, and then you need to turn that in after your final day. You'll have your final InBody. And what that will look like is we will take the top 3 body fat percentage losers and the top 3 people cross the challenge. They will get 20 points each to contribute to their team. So that is huge. We will also have an overall spirit award. So this means you showed up, man. I mean, we're going to have a theme every single Saturday. Dress up for it. Post your meal prep on social media. Be active in the chat, because what will happen is that final day, we're going to have a vote. Everyone in the gym gets to go over challengers, non-challengers, to say, hey, who showed up? Time and time again. Was it red team? Was it white team? Was it blue team? So those points, or that's going to be worth 20 points. It's going to be tossed over to your team. So here's the thing. 5 points, 1 point, 20 points. When we launched Battle of the Ballards in January, the difference was a 7-point difference. So don't you dare tell me that you can't contribute to your team. You coming in for 7 workouts could be the difference. So make sure that above everything else, you just show up. You show up for yourself, you show up for your team. We will see you on Saturday, 8 a.m., doors open. Bring questions, bring your A game. May the 4th be with you.